Older women are crying out because men don't want to date them.
I'm 52 years old, got a little mom bod. I haven't dated for God knows how long, and men don't want to date me. Am I unattractive?
She's 52, a single mom, hasn't dated in years, and now can't get male attention or dates. She wants to know why and whether she's unattractive. Here's the honest answer. It's not necessarily about looks. It's about what men her age want, and unfortunately, she's not it. Men in their 50s who are desirable, financially stable, fit, established, can date women significantly younger. Why would a 55-year-old successful man commit to a 52-year-old single mother when he can date women in their 30s and 40s with fewer complications? The dating market isn't fair, but it's real. Additionally, being a single mother at 52 is a significant barrier. Most men at that age don't want to inherit someone else's children, obligations, or family drama. They want peace, companionship, and simplicity, not additional responsibilities. Even if her kids are grown, the divided attention and emotional baggage remains. The pool of available men shrinks dramatically at her age. The good ones are taken, are dating younger. The remaining men are either not interested in commitment, damaged from previous relationships, or have limited options themselves. This isn't personal, it's market reality. Her best realistic options are men significantly older who have fewer options with younger women, men who are also single parents and understand her situation, or men who are similarly disadvantaged in the dating market. High value men her age aren't choosing her because they don't have to. If she wants success, she needs to drastically adjust expectations, focus on realistic prospects rather than ideal fantasies, and understand that dating at 52 as a single mother is exponentially harder than at any previous life stage. That's not judgment, that's reality.
I'm 42, I'm unmarried, I've never been married, I'm single, and I don't have any children, and I'm a woman. And I don't want to make that a political statement. I feel like a lot of women in this situation, because there are actually a high number of women in their 40s who are single. I don't want to get into the statistics of how happier single women are, although that is true. That's not what this is about. I think it's just important to say, like, my life as a 40-year-old woman who's single and child free is not a political statement. It's not something that I want to be brand myself as. I don't want to be aggressive about it. I don't even want to explain or rationalize it to people. It's really no one's business. I just want to set an example for myself and for any other women who might know me, who might read my articles or my Substack or listen to my podcast. Just show them that this life is normal. That's it. That you can actually be happy and fulfilled and live a fairly normal, whatever that means, life as a human being. I realize that not a lot of people might agree with my lifestyle, or they might find it confusing for whatever reason, whether that's their own societal background, their family upbringing, how they view the world, whatever. Frankly, that's none of my business, and I'm not here to convince anyone about how or why I live my life. The thing is, not everyone's going to agree with you. And not everyone's going to agree with the life choices that you make, whether or not you're single, whether or not you're in your 40s, or whether or not you have children. There's always going to be people who just don't agree with you, who don't understand you. That's life. That's life. But I'm not here to be angry about my life. I like my life. I'm proud of myself. I'm always working on myself in terms of like being the best kind of person that I can be for myself and for the people in my life, to live my purpose, to listen to my heart, to heal the stuff that I need to heal, and just do the things that I love to do. Do I want to get married? Maybe. Do I want to find a long-term partner? I date. I'm open to love and connection. That's it. I mean, that's all we can do in this lifetime, is just to honor what we want to do in this life, to be open to experiences, into opportunities, into to connections and love, and then just be done with it and like live life, work out, have a coffee, walk the dog, go to the beach, see your friends, watch a movie, read a book. I mean, this is just life, guys, and we're all living the life the best that we can to our ability. We're all kind of similar in a lot of ways, whether we want to admit to it or not. And I just want to say, like being single and 40, who cares? You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be this grandiose thing, grandstanding my life. I understand patriarchy. I understand that there's social constructs that still are just like, what? You don't want to procreate? It's not that I don't want to procreate, just that's never been my priority. I've always just wanted to just make sure I'm the best person I can be. So if that were to happen, I could be the best parent to a person. But if that's not my lot in life, I just accept that as this is my experience on this earth for this moment, and just make the most out of it. Because why not? But other than that, guys, just live your life. Love your life. It's okay to be single, and it's okay to be a woman who's not a mom. So I don't want to brand myself as that. I don't like it. Other women are doing a far better job at it, proving their points than I could ever. For me, I just want to show a picture of a woman like me who's just living life and doing the best she can, talking about relationships and writing about relationships, cultivating a best relationship with herself, just having fun, and just being like, this is normal. This isn't abnormal. This isn't weird. This is just life for some people. It's all good. I don't know. I just wanted to say that because, like, there's some people who are just really angry and just like they need to talk about it, and I'm just like, I guess I'm talking about it right now, but it's like I want to mention that because it's part of who I am, but it's like I just don't like, this is just I think my singleness and my age are probably like the least interesting parts about me. You know what I mean? It's not really about like, how do you do it? How are you still single? How are you over 40? It's more like, who are you? How are you? Nice to meet you. This person's interesting. I'm funny, charming. I'd like to get to know her. I'd like to read her stuff. I don't know. I just think it doesn't have to be so deep sometimes. It can just be about being people and just about being a human being.
It is your choice. We must respect the path you choose in life. Everyone has the freedom and right to choose their own path in life. What's absolutely most important is how we feel about ourselves internally, regardless of what others think.
Do you know what? At this point, I can't even tell who the good guys and the bad guys are on dating apps anymore. So I'm currently on Hinge, and it is the trenches in here. Do you know what? I'm normally, like, I can tell a good guy normally and then a bad guy, but now it's just oversaturated with pieces of shit. So normally I could tell, like, by profile, like, depending on what type of pictures they've got, their bio, like, if they're already stating all of the things that they don't want in a woman. I recently saw one guy that's saying, like, if you just come back from Dubai with your girls, like, setting up a bar, then just don't even bother. And I'm just like, okay, who hurt you? But now I'm like, oh, look at one guy and I'm like, oh, he looks nice. Anyway, so I think, oh, nice guy. Anyway, next day I see him pop up on Are We Dating the Same Guy? And everybody's like, Claire's Law, he's a piece of shit, avoid, he's a serial cheater, he's an abuser, he beats up his baby mom, all this shit. And I'm just like, are there any good men in this world anymore? Because I'm honestly losing hope. And I know what people are going to say, there are good men, but I think everybody has a type, don't they? They have someone that they're attracted to. I'm never going to settle for somebody that I don't find physically attractive. And obviously that can happen. Like, say you meet someone organically, say it's like at work or an event somewhere, you may not initially find them attractive, but they might have like a really great personality, and that's where you can kind of become interested in them. Like, that's happened before. Like, I've dated outside of my type before. But it's really hard on dating apps because you can't just go, oh yeah, that guy is clapped and he's not my type, so he must be a good guy, because the guys that I'm seeing on Are We Dating the Same Guy are fucking ugly. So it's not even just the fit ones that are abusers, serial cheaters, and psychopaths. It's the ugly ones too. So we can't even win. Like when people say, oh, your standards are too high. No, they're not. They're perfectly fine just where they are, because I'm seeing a ton of people that are in relationships, that are married, have kids, and they are miserable. Their man treats them like shit. I'd rather be single than be treated like a piece of shit, being uncomfortable in my own home. I refuse to settle for anything less than what I deserve. I have a very, very lovely life, and that's not going to change for a man. So definitely never lower your standards because you're single. Because sometimes being single is better than being in a relationship with someone that you should not be with.
This woman says she's never going to settle for someone she doesn't find physically attractive. Fair enough. No one should be in a relationship with someone they're not attracted to. But here's the reality check she needs. When you're consistently dating several leagues above your actual value, those men have all the power. And the men you perceive as average or on your level are likely leagues above you in reality. You just can't see it because your perception has been warped. She also claims dating apps are saturated with trash men, and that she used to be able to identify attractive versus unattractive men, but now she can't tell the difference anymore. Let's break down what's actually happening here. Dating apps gave her access to men far above her league who engaged with her casually, for validation, hookups, or temporary attention. She interpreted that access as proof those men were in her range. They weren't. They were passing time. Now her standards are so inflated that genuinely good men at her actual level appear average or even below average to her. She's lost the ability to accurately assess attractiveness and value because she's been comparing everyone to men who were never going to commit to her in the first place. Here's the truth she needs to hear. Good and attractive men absolutely exist. But they're not chasing women on dating apps, and they're certainly not chasing women with unrealistic standards and inflated self-perception. High-quality men don't need to chase. They build themselves into valuable men, financially stable, physically fit, emotionally mature, purposeful, and women come to them. They're not swiping endlessly hoping for matches. They're living their lives, and women enter their orbit naturally through social circles, shared interests, and genuine connection. The good guys aren't on dating apps because they don't need to be. They have options in real life. The men flooding dating apps are either average guys trying desperately to get attention in a system rigged against them, or low-effort men looking for easy hookups. If she wants access to genuinely high-value men, she needs to get off the apps, recalibrate her standards to reality, and position herself in spaces where quality men actually exist, not digital meat markets. And she needs to bring something to the table beyond physical attraction demands. High-value men don't commit to women based solely on the woman's preferences. They commit when a woman adds genuine value to their already successful life.
I might just be the luckiest girl, you know. Whew, I have a little burp. I just finished eating. I have chosen not to have children or a husband in this lifetime. And many of my friends are like, oh, you're so lucky. You got to do whatever you wanted to do. Oh, you're so lucky, blah, blah, blah. It's not luck. It's got nothing to do with it. I chose what I was going to do and then figured it out. I just figured it out. And you can do the same. But here I am. I'm entering my advanced years. I'm going to be 63 in January. I don't have a shitload of money. I got to figure out what it's going to look like. I don't have family. I can't depend on just random friends to take care of me, right? I got to have a plan. And so I've been thinking about it for a long time. And what I'm really realizing is there are other women in similar situations just like me. And together we can help each other out. I've had a fantasy for many years of having a tiny house community with maybe 6 or 8 or 10 women who all have their own tiny house, and we have shared space and we help each other age. That to me would be great because I want to have my own space. I don't want to be living like a lot of people. So I'm calling it the Golden Girls 2025 version of making it work, figuring out how I'm going to make it work for myself. And so I am hoping that this space can become a space to start that conversation. So I invite any of you who are listening and looking in. We're not here to criticize why I didn't do what everybody else did. I just made choices that were for me, and it's good. And I continue to support people that make choices for themselves as well. But let's start a conversation in the comments here about what's your plan. I look like I'm rich. I got rich friends. I'm just at their house. This is not my shit. Trust me. I just have very generous friends who let me stay at their house when they travel. Anyway, I got to put a plan together, and a tiny house community has always been something I've been thinking about. I don't want to live anywhere cold. There's a lot that comes with doing that, but what's your plan? What's your plan if you're like me, aging, got no family, no kids, not sure what you want to do? Tell me in the comments what you're going to do, and let's see if we can't find some way to get the conversation growing and maybe help each other out, because I think together we can make it happen. I am getting tired of hanging from the branch by myself, and I am ready to start creating a community of women, like-minded women, who still want to live, still want to work hard, play hard, and make shit happen. So put down what you're thinking in the comments, and let's get the conversation going. Peace out. Love you.
Deep down, it's lonely. Nevertheless, best of luck with your plans.
Something I've been thinking about lately in regards to singleness that I have a difficult time describing, especially to my married friends, is this concept that as a single woman, especially in my late 20s, I am no one's person. I'm no one's top priority. I feel like when I say this, it almost sounds like a self-pity, like woe is me type of thing. And I don't mean it that way at all. I just mean it as the truth. And there are so many gifts in this season. But the fact of the matter is, as a single woman surrounded by all of my closest friends that are married, most of them having children, my family's all married, I am no one's top priority. I'm no one's person. I'm no one's, hey, did you get home safe? Hey, how was your day? I am not that for anyone. And all my friends that are married, don't get me wrong, their priorities are in the right place. Their top priority should be their husband and their children. But the fact of the matter is, some of them are my top priority, and I am not theirs. And that's okay. But it can be really isolating, and it can be really lonely. When I get big news, the first people I call are like my 2 or 3 closest friends and my mom. When any of those individuals get big news, the first people they call are their husbands. They have their go-to person. Therefore, if I have things, sometimes it has to take the back burner because they have their priorities with their family, and that's good. But it can also be painful to feel like I'm not anyone's person, especially at this age. And don't get me wrong, I am loved by many people, and I'm loved by the creator of this universe. I'm cared about by many people, but I'm not really cared for by anyone in the sense of like the daily act of caring for and loving another human being. That's just the truth. And I don't really know what to do with that. It's hard some days. It's sad some days. I feel like it's not really talked about, and I just felt like someone needed to say it. All right.
She's single, isolated, and hurting because all her friends are married. When she has big news, her married friends are her priority. But when they have big news, their husbands are their priority. She's not anyone's person, and that's painful. This is real pain, and it deserves acknowledgement. Being alone while watching everyone else build partnerships is legitimately difficult. She's secondary in everyone's life while having no one who puts her first. That hurts. But here's what she needs to hear. This is a wake-up call, not just a moment to grieve. If all her peers found partners and she didn't, there are reasons. Maybe she had unrealistic standards and rejected good men who would have made her their priority. Maybe she prioritized career, travel, or independence during the years when her dating market value was highest. Maybe she didn't take relationship building seriously until her options had significantly decreased. These aren't attacks, they're possibilities worth examining if she wants different results. The hard truth, you become someone's person by being the kind of person someone wants to prioritize. That requires self-awareness about what you offer, realistic expectations about what you can attract, emotional availability, and deliberate effort during the years when quality options are most available. If she's past that window, her options are significantly harder, but not impossible. She needs radical honesty about her situation, willingness to adjust standards drastically, proactive effort to meet people in real life, and acceptance that finding someone now requires far more work than it would have 10 years ago. The pain is valid, but staying in pain without changing course guarantees more of the same. She can either use this as motivation to do things differently, or she can continue down the same path and remain alone. The choice is hers.
I really didn't realize that one of the most expensive decisions of my life would actually be staying single. Being single is excruciatingly expensive in this world, like straight up monetarily. No one to split rent with, no one to split groceries with, no one who has your back when maybe you need a little support and can't pay your bills one month. No one buying you little treats and gifts that you wish you could get for yourself. No one splitting the cost of hotel rooms when you travel. Never getting +1s to anyone's weddings or events and having to pay for everything completely by yourself, including gift. Not getting married means paying more taxes. Never having anyone to help with a down payment and a home. No one to sign as guarantor in case you need it. I think it's actually one of the most effed up parts of society, because as more and more people either choose to stay single or stay single because the quality of partners in this world are so terrible, life continues to get more and more and more expensive. And that is the consequence of singlehood that I don't think a lot of us really expected.
Correct. And today's society, women don't realize that and expecting men to carry all the weight.